Well, let's review the story of Joseph sold into slavery. It's a long story. I'm going to tell the story and see if you can hop in and just kind of shout out what all happened. So now we have Joseph's father. Remember his name? His name was Jacob, and he was so blessed. He had too many wives. Do you remember how many total sons he had? Remember how many total sons he had? He had 12 sons. That's right. He had 12 sons altogether in the end, one of them being Joseph. He also had lots of flocks. And his favorite son was Joseph. Now, when he was 17 years old, remember what Joseph did? He did something that isn't considered very good. That's right, he tattled. He said, I saw my brothers and they were up to no good, and reported this to the dad. And you remember how the dad felt, how Jacob felt about Joseph? Did he like him, not like him? He thought he was the best. That's right. He loved him the most. Always a bad idea. Always a bad idea, but parents can be sinful and do that. And worst of all, not only did he feel that, but he let people see it. Do you remember what he got for his son Joseph? It was a special something. It was a special robe. Sometimes it might be multicolored, but it's a special robe with long sleeves designed not for working. He let everyone see that he was his favorite. Well, then, remember Joseph, he had a couple dreams. Remember his first dream, what it was? Right? What was his first dream? The sheaves. And what did those sheaves do? His brother's sheaves did what to his sheaf? They all bowed down. Yep, they all bowed down, signed, that he was going to be in charge of them. They didn't like that dream. But he had a second dream, and he shared that with his father as well. Remember that dream? It had sun, moon, and stars, right? Sun, moon, and stars. What did that sun, moon, and stars do? They bowed down. Yep. And Jacob knew what it meant. Are you going to rule over us? But remember, Jacob, he kept it in mind. Then he had a task for Joseph one day. What did he tell him to do? He told him to go check out his brothers. And he went, but do you remember what the brothers thought even before he got there? What did they think? They called him a what? What did they call him? They called him a dreamer. And then what did they decide they wanted to do? That they were going to kill him. That's right. See what happens. Now, there was one of the brothers that thought he would kind of save him. Things would kind of calm down. Remember that brother's name? It was Reuben. He was going to grab him a little bit later. Now, they put him in that cistern. And then, remember what they did with that cistern? While he was in that cistern, remember what they did? They just sat around and they ate. They had a big meal. And then suddenly, who came by? You remember who came by? It was the Ishmaelites. They came by, and that's when Judah had an idea. What was his idea? Instead of killing him, we'll sell him. And that's what they did. Remember how much silver they got? They got 20 shekels of silver. 20 shekels of silver. Maybe $400 worth. And he was sold. And then when Reuben went back, he wasn't there, and now there was trouble. Because now what are you going to tell Dad? Do you remember what the idea was? Instead of telling the truth, what story did they come up with? Yeah, they took his robe, dipped it in some blood, and they brought it back to Dad. How did Dad feel about that? He was sad. This is awful. I'm never going to get over this. It's going to be terrible. And then where did Joseph go? Remember what country he went to? He went to Egypt. God was with him the whole time. Thanks for reviewing with me the story of Joseph sold into slavery.